This is the storyboard.
You're listening to
You
the
are listening
storyboard.
to the storyboard. The stories that shape
Stories that shape our world. The stories that shape our world.
Storyboard.
Storyboard.
This is the Storyboard. The Storyboard is a documentary show where we explore the human experience, one story at a time. The stories that shape our world. I am Chiwendo Perpetua Odimwe. On this episode, we are going to be exploring period poverty in Kaduna State. In recent years, Nigerians are facing what is arguably the worst economic conditions since independence. To some people, buying things at the market requires emptying the savings, and to some, it can be described as a nightmare. The United Nations World Food Programme released a report which indicated that 31.8 million Nigerians are confronted by food insecurity. Food is a basic need, and so are menstrual products. In Nigeria, an estimated 37 million women and girls experience period poverty.
This is a storyboard.
Period poverty, or the inability to afford menstrual products, is a serious issue, especially in developing countries. This is an issue menstruating girls and women grapple with monthly, and a spotlight topic on Menstrual Hygiene Day is observed every May 28th. In Nigeria, an estimated 37 million women and girls experience period poverty, meaning that they are unable to access or afford menstrual products like pads or tampons, but also pain medications and underwear.
You are listening to the storyboard.
In 2020, the federal government of Nigeria announced the exemption of sanitary pads from the value-added tax in a move to lessen the financial burden of managing menstruation for women across the country. Pressing forward to 2024, period poverty is still rearing its ugly head in our society. Girls and women who go through menstruation on a monthly basis are at the brunt of unprecedented economic distress.
You're listening to the storyboard.
I went on a quest to find out how Nigerian girls are maintaining a healthy menstrual hygiene, and I have made an interesting yet a shocking discovery.
This is the storyboard.
When I started my menstruation, I did not use sanitary pad. I used pieces because my mom said she don't have money to buy sanitary pad as of that time. My mom taught me how to use sanitary pad. I think it's not everybody that can get the money for the pad. Like for me, the second time I saw my menstruation, I was the one that buy the pad for myself. I don't used to spend my money during break, so I saved the money to buy pad for myself. The last time I bought pad, it was around 1,500, but now pad is 2,325, and I don't think I can be affording that kind of money again to buy pad.
You're listening to the storyboard.
In this documentary, using Kaduna as a case study, you would hear the stories of young girls from the ages of 15 to 18 as they share their experiences.
This is the storyboard.
So I felt something coming out of my private part, and then I ran to go and check in the bathroom. So when I went to the bathroom, on opening my pants, I saw blood. And then I shouted, "Ah, mommy!" And then I ran to go and meet my mom. Then she said that I've started seeing my period. She said that the period of my menstruation, that I should be very careful. That when you get to that stage, you have to be careful about guys. So I should not follow too much guys and all that. So she said I should go and buy pad. She taught me how to wear the pad too. My mom traveled last year, June, actually living with my grandpa. She went to live with my stepdad, so he said that we can't stay together, that I'm not his daughter, this one, that, because my mom gave it to me out of wedlock. She gave it to me at the age of 17. Then she clocked 18 December 24. Then my grandpa said that she should go and live with her husband, that is my stepdad, in Benue State. So now they are together. So I'm living with my grandpa. He's one paying my school fees, doing everything for me. So sometimes if you don't have money, he'll say that I should just manage myself. So I can't stay like that without wearing anything. So I use rack. And I have any small money, I'll just be saving it for my pad. My mom is a nurse. So when I called her and told her that I don't have pad, she now asked me that what am I using? I told her that I'm using rack. So she said that I should stop it because it causes infection. It's because it's always paining my stomach, and whenever it starts, like they're choking me knife in my stomach. So it's very, very painful. Let me say, like every month I miss school once because of the menstrual pain, because it's so painful. They said I should not drink medicine because it can stop it from flowing. The way I feel comfortable, the way I'm on wearing pad is different from the way rag is, like it's somehow. And I was staying from the rack. Last month, they shared pad to the young girls in our street. So I think they should be doing that every month now, so that every girl can have at least one packet of pad every month.
This is the storyboard.
The first person to teach a girl child about menstruation is of utmost importance.
You are listening to the storyboard.
I went to ease myself and I saw blood stains on my panties. It happened in the morning that time, and my mom was not feeling so well, so I did not want to disturb her, so I just seized the towel quickly. Then I told her. Sometimes I feel like other people are seeing it, like they know, because I usually have heavy flow. When I use sanitary pads, sometimes I feel like other people are like they know what I'm going through. I started menstruating when I was in JS1, April 28th. I used the pad. Like that day, I was not having money and my mom was not around. So I decided to use the necessary items I learned from school.
My mom told me how to use sanitary pad. And when I started my menstruation, I did not use sanitary pad. I used pieces when I started my menstruation because my mom said she don't have money to buy sanitary pad as of that time.
Actually, I had menstruation from my mom, then my sister, then my schoolmates back then. Then later, I started my menstruation around 11. It happened when we went to actually the village. So it was on the morning. So I went to take my bath, then I noticed. So I quickly cleaned up because before then I already got some knowledge about it. So I quickly cleaned up myself and reported it to my mom. So she and my dad, they sat me down and gave me talk, tell me things to do, things not to do. But they were kind of, don't touch a boy if you get pregnant, that's kind of this thing. So that was how it started. Then my experience during menstruation is kind of rough. Like actually even now it's happening because during my menstruation I feel like I get so weak, I'm tired, my waist like they are hitting my bones, all of them. It becomes so painful, I can't stand for long. It comes with mood swings, pain. On my own I'll just be feeling bubbles going up. I don't know if it's cramps but it's really painful because walking will become very hard. And I'm a prefect, I used to work twice hard. I'll be multitasking myself. I used to take girls program in this school. I'm lab prefect, I'm health prefect. I still have to go home, take care of my younger ones, do work. It's just pressure on top of the pressure.
I'm 14 years and I'm in SS1. The first person that told me about menstruation was our PhD teacher when I was in JS1. She taught us about puberty and menstruation and adolescent age, all the things we need to learn. Then the first thing I used was a sanitary pad. My mom explained how to put it, how to make it feel comfortable because it's not very comfortable. And for my very first time, it was very uncomfortable for me. So she explained how I'll put it in order for it to be comfortable for me. It was once I had to use a towel. because my mom, she traveled and my sister went to work, and when it came, it was unexpected, and my sister was not yet back, so I had to use it in the meantime. So when she came back in the evening, she called my mom, and my mom sent her money, so she bought the sanitary pad for me.
You are listening to the storyboard.
Another question that needed to be asked is, what options do the girls resort to when sanitary pad is not made available to them, or when their parents are unable to afford it? What do they do?
You are listening to the storyboard.
When I'm unable to save up for pad, I'll use rack just for me not to stain.
My break money is 200, and it used to take me 4 weeks to gather 2,000 naira for my pad. Just starve myself. My mom doesn't know about it, and sometimes I lie. I'll say it's my grandma that gave me the money to buy the pad, because I don't want her to know I'm starving myself. If I ask her for it, she'll say she don't have money. So sometimes I'll have to cry and then know how to sort things out for myself.
There's reusable pad. If you use it, you can wash it. I've seen that one. And some people do make theirs. I saw it online. I wanted to teach the girls in our school how to make it because I saw it, and I noticed that some girls used to get wet and they'll just use pieces, like one of my classmates before. She'll get wet, so I used to always have extra pad in my bag in case, even if it's not me, for any other girl. So I used to always give her that because she used to use pieces and it's not really safe. The germs is there. Surely I was really thinking, you see that some girls that can't afford, if there is Pampers that they can reuse, then definitely there might be pad that can be reused. So I went to make inquiries. I was searching and then I saw that there was. So I was advising some people, if they can't afford that one, they should go to wholesale store or market and get that one. Or if they can make it. If you search for videos online, you see how they make it, and you can make it in bulks. Then you just be using it.
I used to use the one that they used to wash. My sister introduced the one that they used to wash to me. She said that if I want to take my bath, I should wash it very well and dry it. Then I will use it again.
You are listening to the storyboard.
I didn't know what to expect before getting to these schools. But after talking to these girls, I've learned something potentially negative about period poverty, which is closely linked to their exposure to child prostitution and sexual abuse. Speaking to one of these girls, confirmed this.
This is the storyboard.
I've never been stained in school, and I don't think I will ever be. I have this male friend that gives me everything I want, and he has never asked me for sex, something like that. Some male friends, if I go and meet them, they'll say, no, you have to give me this thing before I'll able to give you money for you to go buy your sanitary pad. He's my classmate, 2000.
You're listening to the storyboard.
Now, the question on your mind could be how a child of 15 to 18 should be saddled with this level of financial responsibility. We posed this story to some parents, and this is what they had to say.
I will feel so disappointed. That would be for me a serious letdown. I'll look at it from the view that she must have been pushed into a corner because, of course, her sanitary health is a basic and fundamental need that she doesn't even need to ask for it. It should be within her reach at any time. And, of course, come to think about it, we have free condoms everywhere. So why should the female struggle over issues like sanitary pads? No. It's unthinkable. I wouldn't allow that for my daughter at all. I think that society should be conscious and deliberate about ensuring that the female gets all they need in terms of, because of course it has to do with the hygiene. When a female has to depend on a male friend for her pad, you are exposing her to a lot of risk because compromises, just like the saying goes, nothing goes for nothing. You know, if a guy does you a favor, he's most likely also expecting a favor in return. So I think the girl child should not be exposed to that kind of trauma at all. I wouldn't take it. That basically is part of the planning for the family. Of course, the family has a budget. And I and my wife, of course, we've had a discussion. We said, see, the girl has a special need, and I cannot afford to treat her just the way I treat the guy. The boy would need nothing for makeup. He would need nothing extra. He just takes his bath. If he has a Vaseline to apply on his body, he's good. But for the girl child, that can never be enough. She needs far more than that. So the budget includes those needs. They must, and there should always be provision for her to take care of those things. If for example, my boy is on an allowance of, let's say, 10K in a month, I don't expect, or nobody should expect, that my daughter should also be on the same budget. She deserves something higher because she has a cycle every month. The boy has no cycle, so he has no need to spend. She needs her makeup. She needs to make her hair more frequent. Okay, maybe the guy needs to go to the salon more frequent, but of course she needs to take care of herself more frequent than the young man would need to. So the family budget has a special provision to accommodate her needs, because not doing that means you are exposing her to the waiting arms of the young guys outside who would really want to do that, but of course expect something in return.
At her young age like that, it's not good to her to even having a male friend in the school, to even giving her money to buy a pad. This guy is no good. As a parent, I will her. Because in her age in secondary school, she's not supposed to have male friend that will even giving her money to even buy. I even know that she even having menstruation, even know the time that she'll be doing menstruation, to even giving her that money. As a parent, it's no good. Totally. No, I don't need that kind of help. By the grace of God, that money for that pad will not be difficult for us, no matter how the situation in the country will be. Because once you have started allowing your daughter to be having male friends, to be giving her small tippy or small money for outside, that's how she will grow with it, and she'll be thinking that it's normal. A guy can give her money. From there you see the guy will start touching, but from there you see they'll go from one level to another. As for me as a parent, basically I'm not advising her to do that.
This is the storyboard.
Parents also spoke on how they prioritize their child's reproductive hygiene.
The country, the problem is too much for parents. It not be only parents, everybody is facing this hardship in the country. But there's nothing we can do. Only we just give God the grace. And anything we are doing, no matter how the situation will be, cannot stop us from not even take care of our children, no matter how the struggle will be. To the extent that you cannot afford money to give your daughter for pad. No, we'll not pray for that kind of situation to reach where we are. I always buy, once that time comes, you just tell me, Mommy, I'll start seeing my menstruation, or how we go do. I say, no, Wala, if you finish my care, we'll just go buy them for you.
Okay, so do you use any other alternative that's no pad?
Like this thing, serviette, original serviette. If your menstruation is not too much flow, you can manage that serviette. But you cannot pieces, you cannot do anything, except you have overflow period, that serviette cannot be helped, except maybe after 2 to 3 days, you can manage to finish the period with it. But once you overflow, you cannot use the serviette except the pad. So no matter how the situation is, you can manage and buy it just once in a month, which you can afford it no matter how the situation is.
So every month you used to prioritize your daughter's
if you even have some allowances that I'm even giving her, I break money sometimes. If I give her, I will say so. Sometimes she used to save it inside. Oh yeah, even though I don't have money, she'll say, Mommy, I've saved inside, I will get. And which sometimes you normally give her some small TP packet money like that. That even though because of school, since I'm in the shop like that, sometimes I will say carry 200, carry 500. She normally save it. So when the month will end, that maybe I don't have money in my hand, she can use that one and buy it. But I'm not advising her to even have men friend in school, to even thinking of buying pad for her. But basically, I can give advice to the government. If they have this kind of public school, all this orphanage, they should try and help. It's not necessary that you can give them money or food. But you see that part is necessary to the government to help to the needy. Basically, that is the truth of everything.
You're listening to the storyboard.
Furthermore, a doctor at Barau Dikko Teaching Hospital shared a professional perspective on the state of women's reproductive health. He also gave an advice to those using rags and toilet papers during menstruation.
Dr. Josiah Yakubu, a resident doctor in the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology in Barau Dikko Teaching Hospital. If we give a broader perspective of productive health, I would say that over the past years, I think there is an improvement in reproductive health among women. I would say that because more and more women are aware about their reproductive health, their reproductive rights. So I think there is quite improvement in terms of the knowledge, and then in terms of the cases that we see, the cases that present in hospital as concerned reproductive health. But nonetheless, still there are still cases again that still require more attention, because other women too still have this, their knowledge about reproductive health is still poor. Because even when you're interacting with them, the way they will tell you that they don't even know about their own body. So it's quite unfortunate. But generally, I would say that there is improvement. As part of the complex makeup of a woman is the fact that she will be menstruating monthly. And menstruation on its own is not a disease process. It's part of the normal physiology. When we talk about physiology, we talk about the normal functioning of the female reproductive system. So menstruation is all about shading of the endometrium. And then because in a woman's cycle, we have the ovulatory cycle. So the female system usually prepares the body, especially the uterus, for pregnancy. That's for fertilization and then implantation. So that's what happens. So if that did not occur, then those systems or those things that is actually God have put it in place to prepare the uterus or the womb for that fertilization, implantation, and then the growth of the baby. If it does not happen, that part is going to be shedded off. And then that's what usually we see it as blood that comes out of a woman, which contains both blood, some debris from the endometrium, since there is no implantation. For it to come out, that woman have to also prepare her body or prepare herself to be able to receive it, so that it's not going to cause a social problem for her, because it's not good for a woman to be walking and then blood is coming out, staining her clothes here and there. So that's why in the medical profession, there are recommended things that she should use that is going to be socially acceptable, is going to be medically acceptable, and there's going to be hygienic again to her, so that it's not going to cause problem to her. So any deviation from that is a problem. When you go to use those racks, people that use tissue paper, those things, because they are not being made in such a way that is going to satisfy those things that I mentioned. So because of that, when they use those racks, the racks cannot be able to absorb the blood properly or adequately. So because of that, it's going to get wet. Then once if it gets wet, it's going to irritate the skin around. Generally, we know that in medicine, blood is a very good culture for inoculation of organisms like bacteria. Because of the hygiene issue, bacteria will start growing. In return now, instead of those blood to come out and then the woman will be free of those blood, those things they are going to cause infection, which is going to clamp up the genitals, so and then cause infection again and then cause further complication. These are the things that those things usually cause. That is why it's advisable for women to use the sanitary materials during their menses, which is better, so that it's not going to cause another problem for them. Those infections actually they are the ones that if not taken care of, they are going to lead to pelvic inflammatory disease, and then probably is going to cause tubal blockage, other intrauterine adhesions and other things like that, and then subsequently is going to lead to infertility that we are talking about. We'll see that infertility is not just about sexually transmitted infection. Even the things that you do can actually predispose you to having infertility. I will not advise to say use tissue paper, use racks, those things. I will not advise. But in a resource-limited country, if a woman say okay that she want to use rack, it's difficult for me to say. But then those racks have to be very, very clean, which means that she might have to be changing those racks after a few hours, because those racks they are not made to absorb blood. So that's why they easily get soaked. And then just like I said, if she allow them there, bacteria, they are going to start growing there, and then infection will set in, or it's going to cause irritation to the skin around the genital area. The same thing with tissue paper too.
This is the storyboard.
No girl should be at the mercy of economic depreciation. The health of the girl child is something we all need to protect and secure.
Yeah, I think it's just about giving the girl child her right. It's not a favor. It's her right. It's just the way we wake up every day and we need food to eat. We need air. We need to take in air. We don't beg for it. You don't beg for the air you breathe. So for her, it's a basic need and a basic right that she deserves, and she doesn't need to appeal to anybody for it. So the family should make provision for it until she becomes of age, of course, and can cater for herself. I stated earlier on, we have adverts. You can go to places and you can pick in hotel rooms. Condoms are there. You don't even need to ask for. Just like guys go hang out and you don't have money for a bottle, but somebody can offer that to you freely. But we are talking about the girl's child's sanitary health here. She shouldn't beg for it. So I think that society should rise to the occasion. I mean, even if it means government making special provisions and allocations to ensure that the girl child can easily access her need for sanitary pad at designated centers, there's nothing strange about that. Moreover, we know that the poverty level in society means that some persons cannot afford that. You know, we grew up sometimes, we used to see ladies use tissue paper and all of that. That is the extent of poverty in the land. So if society makes deliberate provision to accommodate that need, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
You are listening to the storyboard.
This is a drum that needs to be beaten strongly every time. The persons in authority, from stakeholders, policymakers, traditional leaders, community leaders, and heads of organizations, let's collaborate together to ensure that our girls have the necessary monthly supply to have a great menstrual hygiene. Let's try and put an end to period poverty. Let us protect the girl child.
This is the storyboard.
The Storyboard is an Invicta FM production. On this episode, the story was put together by Chiwendo Perpetua Odimwe and Wakeji Joseph. Executive producers Jacqueline Adebija and Maria Ochefijalu. Recording and sound design was done by Solomon Aye Bala. Thank you for listening.